Greetings, viewers. We are here with another episode of some more Fire Emblem 3 houses in the Silver Snow Path. I think now we're going to be pretty consistent with our Fire Emblem-based uploads, so if you're excited for that, just start, I don't know, backwards, long jumping, I don't know, have a good time there. We're going to do a little bit of supports before we get into our paralogue today. I've been grinding up some of these supports so that we can enjoy, especially some of these characters down here, because I haven't seen too many of their supports, so I'm actually really interested in seeing them. Well, I have seen this one, but most of them I haven't really seen, so I'm quite looking forward to them.
Do you have a moment?
Yeah, she always has time, considering her freaking crests.
What do you need to speak with me about?
I was thinking about the time we talked about our crests bringing bad weather.
Uh-huh.
Yes. We never did get to test that theory, since I haven't found any sun-bringing folks.
There's no one in our
Joking
army.
aside,
I guess Caspar,
each
kinda.
crest is unique in how it impacts the bearer's life.
I would think Raphael
I've seen
mostly.
more than my share of crest bearers,
Ash
after
too, but
all.
he's not here right now.
Some of them bore crests of Karen like us. Some even bore crests of Gloucester.
Lauren.
Certainly. But I don't see your point.
I'm not a crest scholar. I don't know all the details. I have a
Hannibal.
knack for guessing a person's crest just by looking at them.
Uh-huh. That's so cool, Catherine. That's real cool. She's like,
Forgive me,
uh-oh.
but do you have two crests?
You caught on. How do you have a knack for just guessing
well,
that someone has two
You don't
crests?
have
That's
to tell
really...
me. I mean, it shouldn't even be possible to bear two crests. So if you do have two, you must be sitting on some major secrets.
I want to know what
It's
basis she
nice
knows
to
that
know
off
that
of.
someone understands.
Of course. Everyone has things they would rather not talk about. For all you know, Catherine's not my real name. Maybe I'm an outlaw on the run from my homeland.
Oh no, is H not my
Can't
real
be
name?
True. Can it? Stop messing with me.
I was kidding. Though, who knows? Maybe there is some truth in it.
I wonder.
My point is, no matter what secrets we're keeping, I'm still me, and you're still you. I do worry a little about you. You never seem to let your guard down around other people.
That is so true.
That can't be easy. You know, it's important for you to relax once in a while.
I don't even know the meaning of the word.
You should grab a soda light, Cynthia.
That's
They're
easy.
kind of nice.
Just gab with your friends about something pointless, and the stress will fade away.
While also drinking
I'm
soda.
always happy to chat, if you're interested.
Well, thank you. Why are you being so kind to me anyway?
I just feel a certain kinship with you.
Same
We
crest
both
or whatever.
have crests of Karen, and we both have secrets we can't share with anyone.
I see. I will say I'm happy to have someone around who actually seems to understand me.
Good. You can feel comfortable with me. Since we have the same crest, we're basically sisters.
Yeah, okay.
I really like that. Someone as wonderful as you as my big sister?
With Linhardt and
Well,
Flame, they were
don't
like,
you
we are
just
not
say the
related at
cutest
all.
That's my little sister for you.
I've always seen these two as like an aunt and a niece, though. Maybe just
That
me.
battle was a decent challenge, but when push came to shove, they didn't have a chance.
Yeah, because I
Before
shot
long,
arrows
all
at
of
them.
the church's enemies will have been destroyed.
You must really love worshipping the church. Or is it just Rhea?
It's just Rhea.
Lady Rhea.
It's just Rhea, yep.
You're the only one in the Knights who doesn't address her with the proper respect.
I don't either.
It's not just that I worship Lady Rhea. I respect her, admire her, revere her.
I don't get the Cerberus
know
religion.
she exists.
Or Rhea.
Me neither.
Shamir, if you were anyone else, I would cut you down for saying that.
Jeez, just because you don't
She saved your
understand
life.
them? My goodness, Catherine, that's just
She did,
dumb.
and that's why I fight for her. Doesn't mean I worship her.
You never change. You're so stubborn.
You're the stubborn one. When we're on missions related to Rhea, it's like you're wearing blinders. Wanting to help her is admirable, but you'll be of no use if you get yourself killed.
I don't plan on getting killed. And it's not that I'm wearing blinders. I'm just focused.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
devoted my heart to Lady Rhea. She's the reason I wield my sword.
As long as you don't get killed or
What?
cause me any trouble, I don't really care.
So my death would cause you trouble?
That's not what I meant.
What did you mean?
Let's give it a rest.
She doesn't elaborate.
There's no point in arguing.
Fine, but I want you to know something. It's not easy to put your life in the hands of someone who doesn't share your beliefs.
I understand. I think we can both agree on that.
But, oh, okay, never mind then. That ended on a bit of a sour note.
This one ought to do.
Okay, someone requested for me to do these two,
What
so...
are you doing, Ciro?
What's...
I'm picking out logs to carry back and chop into firewood.
Yeah, chop
You
those
can't
logs!
expect to carry all these by yourself. Let me help.
Oh, rip.
No, I got it. I don't want you getting hurt. Logs are heavy sometimes.
Logs are indeed
I'm well
heavy.
aware. You should accept the help being offered. I'm older and wiser. I know best.
Yeah, by like 2 months.
Lysithea, you seem a bit shaky. You okay?
Yep, totally fine. I'm just kind of losing my grip on this log. Ah!
Well, with 2 people, they can have log carriers that actually make them
Well,
kind of
that
light.
wasn't much help as it turned out. I didn't realize they'd be that heavy. I couldn't even walk in a straight line.
Even with the log carriers, I couldn't either. I
told
tripped
ya,
over myself.
Logs are heavy sometimes. It's hard work if you're not used to it.
Yeah, it also depends on what kind of wood it is.
Well, if you've learned your lesson, I'm gonna go carry the other logs.
Hang on. Shouldn't you rest for a bit?
No, I have to carry
Wood
logs
still
from
needs
18
chopping.
different
Got a bunch of other
locations.
stuff needs doing before sundown, too.
In that case, let me help you carry the chopped wood.
You know how rough firewood is? You'll get splinters if you carry it with your soft hands.
Wear gloves.
You can't be serious.
You're just not cut out for this kind of work. Look at your hands. They're like a princess's.
Just wear gloves.
No point in you learning to chop wood, is there? You don't need to know how to do that stuff. You and me live in different worlds. There's no point lowering yourself down into mine.
Okay,
Our
I wouldn't
worlds
say
aren't so
lowering,
different.
but
We're together right now, aren't we?
Sure, we live in the same places now, but that's not gonna last forever. Don't see how it could. Unless I actually turned into your little brother or something.
I wonder.
Ferdinand.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna look at you when you talk to me. Okay, no, I'll
Petra.
I'll turn
Is there
around.
something I can help you with?
We're both dodge
No,
tanks. I'll
I
turn
am not needing
around.
help. I was just thinking that you look lonely.
That is actually really
Lonely?
true.
In wartime? Hardly. I am too busy trying to survive to feel lonely. But once
That
we
is
have
literally
survived,
just
what
someone.
will you do with yourself,
That is
Petra?
something someone lonely
Return to
would
your
say,
home?
Ferdinand. What the heck? Literally, Ferdinand always seems so lonely. He really does, especially like he betrayed the Empire. He lost all his land. He has to like, I don't know, it's like he's fighting his own battle, and it's really sad to be
As
honest.
an Imperial hostage, you would be freed if the Empire were to fall.
I mean, I guess everyone's
Yes.
fighting their own battle, but
My
whatever.
plan is to be returning home.
To
But
Brigid.
if Brigid and Fodlan can be friendly, I will be able to have visits whenever I choose.
Yeah, as long as you get a
Maybe
boat.
it is even possible for me to be living in Fodlan.
Live in Fodlan? Do you not want to go back to your homeland?
I do have the hope of returning one day, but Fodlan is also like a homeland to me now. I
How
came to
so?
Fodlan 9 years ago. I have been living half of my life here.
As a
My
hostage,
family
but
is living in Brigid.
I guess you had the
But
freedom.
in Fodlan, I have new family and new friends.
New family. I am glad to hear you feel that way about us, Petra. In that case, we will have to make sure that none of us die. We do not want to lose anyone in the family.
That's my job.
Yes,
Thank you very much,
We will be
Ferdinand.
winning, and you will not be dying.
I'm the one who's gonna deal with
Do
the
not worry. I do
random
not intend to die.
spawns from Maddening
I have
mode.
some things to do when the war is over.
Things?
Yeah, what are these things, Ferdinand?
Yes, you and I can be the link between Fodlan and Brigid.
Oh,
Oh?
Okay, I have to confess, I fibbed a little about not being lonely.
I knew it.
When this war ends, I will be quite lonely indeed. If you go back to Brigid,
Only
is
if?
that a truth?
I have just made a decision. I will work as an ambassador, improving relations between our people.
That was quite
Whether
a
you are in
on-the-spot
Brigid or Fodlan,
decision.
I will be there too. Then both places can move forward together in eternal friendship. We ought to join forces and make that a reality. Do you not agree?
You have my gratitude, Ferdinand. All of it.
Here, catch
I have
my
loneliness
gratitude.
just like you. But your words gave me great happiness. Please do what you are saying, and be a bridge for Fodlan and Brigid.
You can count on
Bridge
me.
for Brigid.
We will keep at it, and one day,
Yes, one day, we will be seeing that future.
And what a brilliant future it will be, Petra. Yo, what's up, Hannah? Okay, enough of
How
that.
are you doing, Professor? Would you care to join me for a cup of tea?
I am doing well, Henneman. Sure, I would love
It
tea.
occurs to me that whenever we chat, I have a tendency to pester you with my questions and theories about your history.
Yes,
It seems
you
only
do.
fair to speak on the topic of myself for once.
Please.
And perhaps you might feel more positively inclined toward my research if I shared my own story.
Proceed, Hanneman. So you just want to help with your research,
Not at
huh?
all. I am quite honest in my motivations.
I trust him, to be honest.
I suppose I should begin at the beginning.
Even if his motive is a bit
I was born
strange.
into a noble house of the Empire. Not a large house, mind you, but noble all the same.
I'm aware.
Our land holdings were small, but our bloodline was quite strong. So, as you can imagine, there were many of us in the family who carried the power of crests. I myself bear a minor crest.
Yeah, isn't it like of
Our
Sethlene or
family's
something?
abundance of crests may be part of the reason I've been interested in the topic since I was just a boy.
I forgot exactly what crest he
I dedicated
has.
myself to my studies, and after years of effort, I became lead crest scholar at the Empire's largest research institution.
Wow, Hanneman, that's quite the feat. You gave that up to come here of all places?
My research is more
This
important
boring
than
old
social
monastery?
standing in the Empire. There I had only imperial blood, and thus imperial crests at hand. So I came to Garrick Mach and devoted myself to my research during my time as a professor.
There's a little bit more to the
My
story than that,
progress
but...
is slow, but with each revelation, I move ever closer to the answers I have sought for decades.
I feel like that's his main reason
Your
for leaving.
cooperation as the bearer of the Crest of Flames ensures my research will continue to advance.
Okay.
In fact, it may bring me ever closer to the goal of uncovering everything there is to know about crests.
I feel like
I
that will
do
not
hope
happen
you
in
shall
your
continue
lifetime,
helping
considering
me
you are literally
advance in this
500
field of
years.
study.
Okay, if you insist, I
Together,
insist.
we will solve the mystery of your Crest of Flames, and our world will be the better for it.
Yeah.
Proceed? My lab instruments are fully prepared. I have a great number of tests.
Literally
I'm
was already
excited
ready for me to
carry
come with
out.
him.
No, don't worry. They won't hurt one bit.
I totally believe you, Hanneman. Last one for today, and we'll do our
Casper?
paralogue.
Whatever is he doing here?
What is he doing?
Oh no. Is he looking for a fight with someone taller than him? The poor boy won't give up.
The poor boy.
This is it. Today's my day. Caspar's day.
Happy birthday.
Come get some.
It's Caspar's day, it's happy
Caspar,
birthday.
Just like that. Just as we practiced. Yes. Dodge. Yes. Perfect. Right there.
It's
He's
so
open.
dumb.
Punch him right in the... Yes. Caspar, you did it.
Punch him in the knees!
And that's how it's done.
Punch him in the knees,
And
Caspar!
then I got him. Bam! Right in the solar plexus.
In the solar plexus!
I really wish you could have... Hey, are you even listening? This is when it starts getting real good.
I'm listening. I am sad to say, however, that the tale is slightly less thrilling the fourth time through.
But he even
You should
saw
be
it
more
live,
excited.
too.
We finally won.
We?
Yeah, what'd you do, Linhard? You just
Yeah,
cheered for
I
him.
couldn't have done it without your advice.
Oh, the
You're a
advice.
strategic genius, Linhart.
Yeah, punching him in that solar plexus.
Nonsense. Your strength carried the day. I just rambled on. You're the one who did the actual work.
Fair enough.
What's really amazing is how you wouldn't give up.
After 5 years.
I've never heard you compliment me before. Yeah, I don't think I like it. Seriously, though, I couldn't have done it without you. Like you said, I wouldn't give up on fighting, and I'm not gonna give up on this either.
I'm gonna punch so many
I should have
kneecaps.
expected that, I suppose. That's just the kind of guy you are, after all. I guess this friendship is something that we can never escape from. Ever.
Even if
You
I
saying you
wanted
wanna
to.
escape from our friendship?
Not at all. Even if I did, our fates would not be so easily untangled.
Yeah, they are both
You got
Imperial
that right.
lords,
no
I
one
guess.
can break this bond. Even if we argue and butt heads sometimes, we'll never have to fight it out. And that's a promise.
Understood. I don't desire to fight anyone anyway. This war is the last time I'll set foot on a battlefield.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense for Linhard.
Let's you and I come out the other side of this war alive and well, okay? That is a promise worth making.
Then you guys
Definitely.
both need to
And
increase your
let's
speed
win
stat.
This thing while we're at it.
Or else you're gonna get doubled by a freaking Bonite from halfway across the map. Looks like we have a choice between 3 different paralogs. I think this one will definitely do last. This one's pretty tough. This one's kind of tough as well, so I think today we'll be doing this one. This one I'm actually kind of interested to see, because in Edelgard's path, the villain that shows up is someone that we have currently, so I wonder, maybe Cube or someone will show up? I don't know. I think we'll do this one for today. What's funny is I think they actually have like the same exact map, which is kind of sad, but...
Nothing like a moment of perfect stillness.
Yep, I know, Bernie. Solitude
Why
is
it preferable
nice.
to have stillness? Petra?
Yeah, I'm here too. Hi. Thanks for noticing
Don't
me.
sneak up on me like that.
Oh, you're not gonna complain about...
You're here too, Professor? What's going on?
Oh, okay, I guess you did
was asking
notice.
my question first. What are you enjoying about air that is still? Still air makes me feel better, that's all.
Weren't you just saying
It
in
means you're in a
other
nice,
support that wind
closed-off
felt
space
nice?
Where you can hide. But spaces that are wide and open are wonderful. Places like forests and oceans.
Yeah, and there's carnivorous plants in the
Guess
forest.
we'll have to agree to disagree about that.
Uh,
I am not understanding your answer, but I am appreciating your explanation.
are
I
you?
am reminded. I was wanting to ask if you wish to be going to the forest or ocean with me.
Yeah, you know, the one that you just said you didn't want to go to?
What part of anything I said would make you think I wanted that?
Yeah.
So, your grandfather is in trouble.
Uh-huh.
He's trying to lend us soldiers from Brigid, but...
But the Empire?
Edelgard is sending messengers there to convince Brigid she's not their enemy. You are saying
Okay.
messengers, but the truth is they are a threat. Brigid is having no power to refuse.
Okay, so
I
it's
get
kind of
it,
like
but
a...
What does this have to do with me? Professor was asking this of me.
Oh, I did now? Okay.
I was told
Yeah.
if I am going to
yeah.
a faraway place to be taking Bernie with me, since she is hiding away.
Yeah, no more hiding, Bernie.
Professor, what did I do to deserve this?
Uh,
I know I'm a recluse,
give me a
but
second
I
and I'll
do
find
go
a
out on
reason.
missions once in a while.
You can't refuse, Bernie.
Tyranny, abuse of power. I have rights.
Maybe so, but...
Bernie, I'm wanting this as well. Please, join me.
Hunter's Volley is
Since
really
you put it
good.
that way, Petra. I'll think about it. Do you really want me to go, Professor?
Yes, it would be really great if you came along, Hunter's Volley. I mean Bernie.
All right. I'll lend a hand. For everyone's sake.
Alright, thank you.
What
Make
is the
sure
point
you
of
bring
lending
your
a
Silver Bow
hand?
Plus.
Are you not needing both of them to battle?
Petra, you know what that expression is.
No, it's a figure of speech. Oh, don't make me imagine that.
Petra, you have to know what that means. Come on. Gosh, if she knows what lending a shoulder is, she should know what lending a hand is too. Okay. So this map, it's a bit interesting, right? So how do I zoom out again? Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we press the zoom out button. That's how. So this is kind of a, I wouldn't exactly say a super difficult map. It just becomes difficult once the reinforcements appear. I believe there is a good chunk that appear over here, some of them being Peggy Knights, which is kind of scary. And I believe the boss appears down over here. So, as long as we... I think I'm going to split up my group into two groups. One going to the left, one going to the right. And I got to be careful about the group that I send to the right, because that's where the reinforcements are going to show up. So the group to the left should be a little bit more elite but strong, while the group to the left should have to the right should have the majority. I think that's how I'm going to have things play out. I'll have to see. I'll pick my units, and I'll be right there. All right, here we go. We're starting... Gotta rout the enemy or get Petra to the target destination.
Professor, this is bad. The enemy's already here.
Yeah, we're late.
In strength, the enemies may be winning, but I am having an idea.
What's your
I have been
idea,
hearing that my
Petra?
friends are being imprisoned in the Western Stronghold.
Oh, right. Okay.
We will be taking the Stronghold and releasing our allies. Do not let loose your hope.
Okay. I don't remember the Allies one.
What? That side's crawling with enemies.
Yeah.
We should go east. Way fewer of them over there.
I mean, there's still a decent amount, but they got some sword masters, which is pretty scary. So get Petra to her destination. Yeah, that's all good and dandy. However, we're sending Petra over to the right. So, yeah, definitely kind of a challenging map right at first. But Petra's literally gonna stay there and hopefully just avoid stuff. That's an avoidance gimmick somewhat. So, 32. 38. Neither one of them will kill, so that's good. I have Ferdinand over here to start baiting out the sniper and the swordmaster both. That way Bernie and Lysithea can take care of them pretty quickly. She does not have Bowbreaker yet? No, she has Bowbreaker. I think someone Dorothea. I put Bulwark on Dorothea, that's right.
More
So, I don't know
Guide me well.
really where I want to go, to be honest. Okay, we can get hit there. I don't like that the grid doesn't show up on flyer areas, which is a little bit annoying.
Let's clean
But
up.
I think it's all good. So I think because this is a relatively easy chapter, unless something happens like right at the beginning, I think we can just jump right into our discussion for today. Oh shoot, that's right, they have passed. That's not good. Oh shoot, maybe this was actually a horrible idea. Because if this guy attacks first, which I think he will because he's closer. No, Petra will dodge. Oh, okay, that's because of pass. Petra will dodge one for sure. She has to dodge a 30 or a 38. Like, come on, that's super low. That is super low. Alright, I think we're good. Let's just wait it out. We have to play defensive at the beginning of this chapter. But anyway, my discussion for today was relating to... Also, this guy attacked first, so I guess we're all good.
I
Oh.
am being attacked, but I will not be losing.
Yeah, I know, Petra, you're a dodge tank, and somehow that guy still hit a freaking 38. Jeez. My goodness, I would never hit 38. Now, this guy's literally got 0 hit rate, so that feels really nice. Yeah, sniper's coming down. That's all I needed. That is literally all I needed. Ferdinand being a dodge tank is so nice. But anyway, our discussion for today is regarding something I talked about in the last episode, which I already did receive a comment on, even though I was super vague about it, which was very nice. And I think it was like, they were saying something about how like you should enjoy the game regardless of like whatever people say. And obviously, yes, I do completely agree with that. It was just the fact that like, I felt bad because I couldn't defend the game properly. So here's the explanation of kind of what went down. So I was at a convention a few weeks ago. Surprisingly, it's already a few weeks ago. To be honest, it felt like it was just a few days ago, but it was a few weeks ago, and I did like a lot of fun stuff there. But near the end, it was like the last few hours of the convention. I was talking to this guy. He was kind of, I would say, he was like a kind of like a Fire Emblem elitist. He'd play like a lot of games. I could already tell. He was like much older than me, so he had a lot more experience with like older games, especially. Because I'm more like a, I don't really know how to explain it. With my games, I kind of started with like borderline GameCube Wii area, and like when the DS first came out, that's kind of when I first started getting into games. So
What's my strategy?
that's kind of where mine started, but he started like back in like the NES, SNES days. So he's been around the block quite a few times, and I can definitely see why. I don't know. It was a very odd discussion because we were starting to talk about Fire. He was making his own game, right? He's into game development. He's an indie developer, and he's making his own game. And he was telling me about it, and it seemed really interesting. It was kind of like Fire Emblem, but a little bit different. And the way he was explaining it actually seemed like a really interesting game. So it's like nowhere near being like released yet because he's only doing very basic things. Also, I don't even think I can send Sedith in here. Yeah, with 55 attack, no way. No way, not in a million years. But when we started going to the topic of Fire Emblem, he was asking about villains, saying like, oh, who's a really good villain? Like, how do you make a villain that reappears and isn't treated as a joke? And he gave me like 2 different explanations. One of them being like some character from Final Fantasy who, I don't know, like goes on some, who's like usually is like acts as a joke in the beginning, becomes super serious later on. And I gave him I told him about Berkut from Fire Emblem Echoes because I thought Berkut was an amazing villain. I got way too attached to Berkut. He's probably like one of my favorite villains in Fire Emblem, like just in general. Gosh, I love Berkut. And he was telling me about how he had no idea who that was, and I was given the explanation. And then after that, it came to the point where he was just talking about how, oh, I don't play any of the new modern Fire Emblem games. And so I was like, oh, why so? Why is that? And he went on about like this whole, they aren't, I don't know, it was a very strange argument. I don't even know how to replicate it because the way he said things, I wasn't fully understanding, I guess, what he was even talking about. But I guess what he was mentioning was that he was very, I don't know, he was talking about what exactly the target audience for Fire Emblem is and how they're not exactly targeting the audience that they should be anymore. He was saying, oh, ever since Awakening, ever after Radiant Dawn, which I guess Awakening is right after that, so that makes sense. That Fire Emblem has gone completely downhill and has lost their like regular target audience, which I guess you could see evidence of that existing when Awakening came out, especially since that kind of divided the fan base. At least to my knowledge. I started getting back into the series around this time, so I wasn't really too knowledgeable about what the heck was going on in the fan base before then. I was just kind of a very casual fan. I wasn't invested in the fan base at all. But now, not so much as I am now. Now I'm freaking addicted to Fire Emblem, all of the games, and I want to play every single one of them. But he had mentioned something about how if you're somebody who's been with the series for a long time, your opinion should matter more than a person whose opinion, or like who has not been with the series for a long time. So that was a very interesting point because it seemed odd. Sorry, I'm like at the edge of recovering from my sickness. It's just mostly allergies now. But it like made sense to me. He said something like your opinion matters more the more time you spent with like a series. And to be honest, that kind of, in a way, makes sense to me. But I believe the opinion of newcomers also matters. Like, I don't know. I'm doing a really bad job of explaining this, but I'm still trying to do my best because I really want to hear your thoughts on this. So, I don't know. It was like, he kept talking about how the new games were more of like, oh, it's like a waifu simulator. You can marry all these people. Marriage was never in the old games, even though it was, but like it wasn't really to the degree that it was, especially since there was like a lack of MCs in the game, like your self-insertion characters, like such as Robin, Corrin, and I guess Byleth. But there was always the. Are you serious? Really? Oh.
Professor.
Oh.
Please convey to my grandfather I am without regret.
Oh, does she say that only on this chapter only? That's kind of sad. Also, frick you, dude!
Petra! Petra, no! Don't leave us!
Oh. Ah! There we go. We're out of that range of that stupid death kiddo. We're doing fine just now. But anyway, yeah. He had, like, played all the Fire Emblem games, like, every single one that came before it. And so he was saying how, as a target audience and as his opinion, his mattered more. Which, like, in a weird way, really made sense to me. And I felt really bad for saying that. Also, thanks for cresting. You actually killed that guy. Thanks to the crest. And you leveled up because of that. Good job, Lysithia. But it was very odd because my friend and I were kind of trying to argue that... The argument started coming down to... I wanted to try and convince him to get 3 houses. Because I think out of... Oh, frick. That was like the last person I wanted to get that. I wasn't paying attention. I was saying, like, if all the modern games don't interest you, like, Awakening up till now do not interest you, go for 3 houses. That is the one that you'd want to pick up. Oh, frick. I believe there's a ton of guys. Yep. Yeah, we're dead. I forgot about this. Yeah. Oh, frick. Oh, they appeared when Caspar came up? When Bernadetta. I think it's only when Bernadetta moves up. Okay. If we're lucky, we can actually get out of that, so... I'm gonna bank on luck for that and see if it works. Petra, your luck was 22. Mine's 27. I don't think I'll get critted, so I'll put Prof there. And we'll just have to see what happens with these kids over here. But anyway, yeah, the argument came down to, what the frick? Why do you have more crit chance with me? You had like 6 with Petra, and yet my luck is higher. That is very strange. Okay. Yeah, I don't think Seth's gonna make it out of this, unfortunately. Wow, Seth, good job! Crit that 0%! Good one, Seth. Yeah, Seth's not making it out of this. Unfortunately. He's gonna get ripped. Can we please... Stop moving all the other units, please. Rip. Okay, there he goes. Unfortunately. There we go. Yeah, now they're only coming after Fernan with a Blaze with 20% hit rate, which is a little scary, but I think we're all good. I can even hit one with Black Magic, thanks to Black Magic Rain +1. But the argument, anyway, I want to, like, I keep this repeating myself. The argument that, or I guess it wasn't really an argument, it was a debate, and the guy was being really respectful too, which is why it was really hard for me to even dislike him, because he was being respectful, yet, I don't know, it was so hard, it's so hard to explain. It was like I respected him, yet disagreed with him more than, like, anything else. And my friend, Cole, will be doing, like, I said, really? Really? Come on. Thank goodness I live. But, like, he was on my side for the beginning of the debate, and then he completely switched sides on me, which felt really, it was like, come on, man, I needed your help. And, like, he was like, what's your opinion on this? What's your opinion on this? I want to hear your thoughts. And I was like, man, I wish you would have helped me, because now this is all on me to try and defend one of probably my new favorite Fire Emblem game, to be honest. But the first thing that happened, I guess, was he was saying, we were talking about target audience, about how it was changed so much, and I was saying, well, Awakening made the game much more accessible to newcomers. Oh wow, Lethality Gambit, wow. I guess that's a nice RNG change after the frickin' critting death. But yeah, we were discussing how Awakening saved the franchise or whatever, and how it was super accessible to newcomers, and that's part of the reason why. And he said, game companies shouldn't have to force themselves to make things more accessible to newcomers. Only people with passion and a genuine interest in what they want to play should be targeted, and thus should be... Gosh, I'm really making his argument not sound as good as it was. But like, only people who put in the effort to enjoy a game should be the target audience and should be the ones enjoying it, I guess. Or like, people shouldn't go out of their way to please others who aren't the initial target audience. I think that was kind of what his argument summed up to be. Do not bother targeting people who are not in your target audience. Which really made sense to me, because if you think about it, Fire Emblem Awakening, they added in all like the marriage stuff, and that brought on a lot of newcomers, especially because, like, I don't know, apparently maybe like dating sim fans, they started crossing over with Fire Emblem fans because they wanted to date people for the, like, dating, like in a dating simulator. I don't know. I don't play dating simulators. The only one I even thought about playing was the freaking KFC one. But I don't know, it's just because those games don't interest me. But it's just like, is it really such a bad thing to get newcomers though? And I started making the gatekeeping argument, which I didn't even know what gatekeeping was until recently. And now, of course, the second I heard about it, now it's like blowing up everywhere. I hear gatekeeping arguments all the time now, especially after I looked into it just a little bit. But it just felt so strange, because I was doing my best to defend this game that I loved and cherished and played so much, and have done almost 4 playthroughs of. I mean, you've witnessed this. I'm here right now playing the game, and I still love it. Like, he didn't sway my opinion whatsoever. He just brought up like very interesting points that I genuinely I think I need to figure out how to counter if I want to defend my favorite games in the future. Like, I don't know, it was such a hard thing to come by, because I had to think of stuff on the top, and like, he had already had all these thoughts sorted out. It was very difficult for me, especially since I'm not very good at debating, but I just felt the need to like constantly keep going at it. So like, we were just going back and forth about how newer games are, or like, old games are better, newer games aren't as good. They don't fit the target audience. Casual mode shouldn't exist. He was arguing about how casual mode shouldn't exist, how resetting your turns is like literally the worst thing in the world. Like Divine Pulse, Milla's turn wheel. He says like, he's like, oh, he was super mad at that. Like, he didn't even know that existed, especially since he hasn't even played the new games. But he was super mad that that existed, because he's like, oh, old-time Fire Emblem fans had to deal with all this stuff. So like, what the heck? Why make it not a thing that newer players have to deal with? And I was telling him, well, if newer players really want to get into it, it's an option. You don't have to use it. It is an option. And that's where he got really mad, which is, I think this was the part of the argument I didn't understand, was he was getting mad that the mere option for making the game easier existed. He was mad that, like, casual mode existed. He was mad that, like, I don't know, what was it? The Fates, he knew about the Fates, like the joke, what's the joke playthrough? I forget what it's called. Where they, like, units literally, like, come back a few turns later after they die. He was so mad about that. He was, like, really getting upset that that mode existed. He's like, that just takes away the entire point of the game. Like, it's not even a strategy game at that point. You're just throwing units on the battlefield. And then you can go home to your waifus, that's what he was saying. And it just, I don't know. And like, I kind of agree with him on that point. Yeah, like the super casual mode, it does take away the point of the game. But what about players who enjoy it for the story? Like, not everyone has to like the gameplay, I guess. He's like, oh, well, then why are you even playing the game if you don't like the gameplay? Maybe because they want to enjoy the story? I mean, I don't know. People have different reasons for liking games. I was gonna hope she would crest at least one of those if she didn't hit. But hopefully Bernie can help us out. Maybe not. Maybe if we're closer, actually. Oh, but she does have... that's probably an Abraxas. She won't get hit for sure. This is probably gonna... We're probably gonna get Abraxas out the wazoo, I imagine. Yeah, Abraxas. 41 versus 40, 13 res. I think we're okay. Yeah, we'll live for sure. We're all good. Let's see, doubles. No, Abraxas is super heavy. Yeah, they're not doubling Bernie. Anyway, gosh, I literally keep losing track of what I was even talking about. It's unfortunate. It's so hard to like replicate this argument since it passed by. This was all in like the span of like 10 minutes too. Because like after the argument ended, he started going on about politics, and I was like, I literally know nothing about politics, man. I'm stepping out.
Must lead them well.
But I don't know, it just felt really bad that I couldn't defend my favorite game. Like I was given like the whole gatekeeping argument, and he was like, oh, people who don't put in the effort to play a game companies shouldn't have to, I don't know, change their games to make it more accessible. And then what was really weird is then I was telling him about new changes, like about the class system especially. He was like, oh, I was telling him, he was saying, this one was also kind of confusing. He was complaining about how some units broke the game in some cases, which that makes sense to me. Yeah, some units definitely do break the game. Like Lysithea, she kind of breaks the game in this, in 3 houses, so she can literally like one-shot freaking Death Lad. But he was talking about how, like, I think in Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn, like Cavaliers break the game because like their movement is so good. And I think like most of the time their growths are like good enough to the point where they can almost one-shot units, which I didn't think that was true in Path of Radiance. I thought you like always had to hit with 2 people, or one of the 2 games, Path of Radiance or Radiant Dawn. I forget which one he mentioned, but it was one of the 2. So, he was talking about that, and he said he wishes he could like make other people Cavaliers, and then he went around to say that it was a bad thing. Oh shoot, yeah, this is when the reinforcements show up. Oh boy. Okay, we gotta get Dorothea out of there. It is Cube. Okay.
Well.
Interesting.
This little diplomatic errand to Brigid just got interesting.
Yeah.
It seems we have some special guests. Capture the road ahead before they reach it.
Okay.
They are blocking the road. I will not have the ability to be seeing my grandfather. They must be moving quickly.
Yeah, this is definitely pretty scary. Especially since Prof's Gambit is gone. Does anyone else have a good Gambit? Dorothea, yours is kind of nice. She'll probably hit it too. No, let's put some units around her first. Blaze is kind of nice too. No, I gotta get more units around. Let's put like the Prof like right here or something. See if we can get close to killing this kid, maybe. I don't have Aura yet, do I? No, I don't. So I'll go Boganone. A Lethality kind of would have been nicer. Actually, no, it wouldn't have. Let me get past this turn and I'll continue the story. Just want to make sure I can get around this. 75. This will probably hit. Does it kill? Actually, I wasn't looking. Frick, it doesn't. Okay. However, Dorothea... Oof. Actually, that might have been like the worst idea because she's surrounded now. And we don't have rescue. Okay. Whew. Yeah, this is tough. Look at how close that is. Geez, this is tough. I gotta somehow kill all those kids, but that's easier said than done. Especially if I start moving Bernie away. But I think I gotta move Bernie over here to kill that Piggy Knight. Honestly. And then Cube too. Yeah, this is the hard part of the chapter right here. Is somehow getting rid of all these units. So I think as long as we can get rid of the Assassin and the Peggy Knight, we're all good. So I'm gonna hit from... Who's that? Oh, it's a freaking Cavalier. Gotta watch out for him. Really covers half the map. I'll step right here. Who the frick's hitting me now? What the heck? Is it the Peggy Knight? It's Hubert? Oh, he has Meteor, that's why. Oh, that's fair. That's... What the frick? That's so broken. He literally hit so far across. Oh, that's nice. Okay, whatever. Bernie, thank you for being able to wipe this kid out. And I'm thinking you that you're not in Hubert's range either. That is very nice. Or are you? No, you're not. You're not. Right? For sure? Please not be in Hubert's range. It looks like Brave Bow, a normal Brave Bow does the most damage to this guy. Thank goodness she hits both hits. Now I just need to be able to wipe you out. I can't double you, that's for sure. Let's see, right there. There we go. That's a guaranteed wipeout. Get out of here. Very nice. Very, very nice. And unfortunately, I can't go for this kid because Hubert's in the back, and then the Peggy Knight will also be able to kill me. So I'm hoping that, let's see, 26. You can't counter Dorothea before she does her follow or like her return attack. So as long as she hits the Sagittae, which has a good hit rate, you won't die. I think we're good. Thank goodness. Now we just gotta worry about this squad over here. My goodness. It can't be easy. Let's go for Luna. Crest. Yes. Please hit. Thank goodness. Oh, that was so cool. That was really nice. Let's see. If I'm lucky, I want to dance and see if I can kill the assassin. That would be really cool. Oh my goodness. If I can kill the assassin, then this makes this map so much easier. So much easier. Oh, come on. Dark Spikes. That's my highest hit rate with the guaranteed damage. Come on, Lysithea. Come on. Yes. Yes. There we go. Oh, that felt good. See? I told you, she breaks the game. Alright, Cube. He's definitely the biggest threat. For sure. I'm actually kind of terrified of Cube, and by kinda, I mean extremely terrified. I think even if one boss unit comes up to the, yeah, Dorothea won't miss. I think if one boss unit comes up to the spot where Petra needs to go, I think the map ends instantly. So we need to kill Cube as fast as possible. But he's in the forest, so that's gonna be easier said than done. Ooh, Hunter's Volley just barely doesn't take this one out. Steel Bow, Hunter's Volley probably will do the trick. I'm gonna pray for this. Come on. There we go. That's a boss unit gone. Now it's just Hubert. Actually, I can counter Meteor him, can't I? It barely does any damage though. It's not worth. Not worth at all. Hoo boy, Cube, you are a tough. You're a tough cookie, aren't you, Hube? I think Prof can live. Prof can definitely live. I should have gone for sword. He can definitely live a meteor, that's for sure. If anyone can, Prof can. Get a good level, please. Come on. Speed, speed, speed. Okay. Not great. Not a great level, but the res is nice, especially with a meteor coming at you. Alright, time to Dark Spikes it. Anyway, back to the topic. He was complaining. I was telling him about how Echoes with the villagers had the chance to become like any unit, or pretty much any unit. I guess not any unit now I think about it, but like they could split up into a lot of different paths. And I was telling about the freedom of 3 houses and how literally any unit can become pretty much anything as long as you give them the proper amount of training into that class. And he thought that was such a stupid idea. And this is basically just an opinion of his. But it was still very odd to me how he was complaining about how some units break the game, and then how others, I don't know, like, how others, like, should be able to break the game so you won't be able to use your favorite units, I guess? Which, I mean, thinking about it now, I guess I kind of understand where he was coming from. Thinking about, like, oh, frick. Caspar lives, thank goodness. But thinking about like the if units break the game, then anyone can break the game.
Brigid is a vassal of the Empire. You will not turn them against us.
Yeah, okay, Hube. 40 damage, like I thought. We don't die. Thank goodness. He's still in the forest, though. That's kind of annoying. But I believe that was his one and only use of Meteor. Thank goodness that male units can't become Gremmaries. At least on the enemy side as well. They are all surrounding that area, which makes me a little scared. But I don't think enemies can take it. I only think boss units can. Meaning that there's no boss units except for Hube left. So the second Hube is gone, and he will be gone most likely next turn, we should have this in the bag, I think. Then I can talk about the rest of if I can even say the words. I've been stuttering so much,
More fighting.
and I apologize for that, but like, it was just such a weird argument. He was just arguing about almost anything, and I was losing the argument too. Like every single time I would pull up a point, he would have a counterpoint ready for every single one. And it just, like, the part that made it, like, the worst part was that my friend just watched. Cole just watched. He just sat next to me and, like, didn't even attempt to say anything. Now, I guess he isn't as, I don't want to say he's not as big of a Fire Emblem fan as me, but I guess he hasn't played Three Houses yet. He's only, like, seen the story. So, I guess maybe that's part of the reason why he couldn't really fight it, is because he hasn't played the game. He's played the 3DS ones, so he could have made an argument on those, but he hasn't made an argument on Three Houses, and that's kind of where the initial argument was. I guess we were mostly talking about Three Houses, because that was the goal of the argument. I was trying to convince him that Three Houses is different from the 3DS games. It's not just some waifu simulator. It's actually a really good game with well-written characters and a really good plot, for the most part. And like, I don't know, it just, being on the losing side of the argument was so sad, because I don't know, it's failing to argue for one of my favorite games. And the fact that I was on the losing side, that I couldn't defend it properly, just, I don't know, it just really started eating me up. There was a really nice comment saying something about how, like, oh, don't let that guy who literally doesn't know, hasn't even played the new games, don't let him beat you up. It's not worth getting upset over. And yeah, that totally makes sense. I wouldn't say that I'm super upset over it. The fact is just that I want to be ready for those kind of arguments, because I don't know, I feel the need to be able to counter those arguments in the future. Because if the topic ever does arise again, I want to be able to defend my favorite games. Even if it is, like, that's the thing. I think maybe that's why I don't completely agree with that comment. Despite the very nice support, the comment was super nice. I love the comment, and I don't want to say that I disagree. It's just that I want to be ready for any other future arguments or debates. I should call them debates. I don't want to say arguments, because we weren't even really arguing. It was a debate, and it was a very friendly debate. He wasn't being rude at all. It was just that he was very, I want to say, close-minded, I guess. It felt like he was, at least. You have Swordbreaker. That is definitely Swordbreaker stats right there, for sure. Petra's hit rate, even with the Peggy Knight, that is definitely Swordbreaker. We gotta kill Hube as well. He's literally escaping right now. And that's gonna be tough, especially with the sniper and the knight that just appeared. Not the knight, the mage. But I think we can get to him. He has 4 movement, really? Oh, that's right, he does only have 4 movement. He has a freaking whatever he is. So I'm gonna ignore Hube. The sniper, I gotta get rid of the sniper. The sniper's gotta go. Hube he's actually kind of fast. That's not good. Man, the sniper's the toughest one here right now. I can't even Hunter's Volley. Oh, this is tough, actually. This is pretty tough. What can I even do? Sedith? No. What can I do? I think my only option is to double Thoron the knight, get him out of there. Then the knight will come down for Dorothea, or the knight, the freaking dark mage with the long range. I believe Petra can maybe sit here, go for the training bow, hopefully hit both of these hits, thank goodness. Then Catherine can come in. She has steel gauntlets. She should be able to hit. Can she hit both? That's the question. Nope. Of course. Of course. She dodged both, which was nice. I mean, I guess they're both 28, so she shouldn't hit anyway. But geez. Shamir, I need to guarantee you to hit, please. I can't. I'm not going to take another 70% chance.
Thinning their numbers.
Man, I wish I had Prof's Gambit. I really did. I really do. A sniper is going to be the death of me, actually. Sniper. See, I can't come up here because Hube has Luna. That's the worst part, is I can't even, like, defend these characters because they have Luna. Which is really not good. And not even... Bowbreaker's not even helping her that much. At least I don't think so. I don't know. Petra's gonna die. It's always someone. Someone's always gonna die. Okay, I think my setup's all decent, hopefully. Let's just see if I survive this turn. Hube's running away, that's what I needed. I think I can catch him with Lysithea. I do have Luna. Okay, come on. Now, where's the sniper going for? I unequipped the bow for Bernie, because that was the only way she wasn't going to get doubled. There we go. Yes. See, she would have got doubled if I equipped her bow, so I had to unequip it. I used that strategy quite a lot in Fates, actually. Because I think like some units had counter. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, I think in Awakening, if you hit a person with close range while they're hitting you, counter still works, which is really stupid in my opinion. Like, how can you even like prevent that? They have counter and you didn't even bother attacking them, and yet they can still hit you. I don't know, that's weird to me. And yet I think in Fates, it doesn't happen. Like, if you attack someone, or if someone attacks you and they have counter and you hit them from close range, it doesn't work. Like, the counter isn't a thing. It only works if you initialize, which is much better, because, like, especially when you play Lunatic Plus, oh my goodness, Lunatic Plus, enemies will have counter, and if they come at you and you are a close range fighter, you just die. Sedith, what the frick? What the frick, Sedith? What are you doing? Wait, why am I stuck? What? Prof? Why can't you move? Was my movement reduced? Oh, it was reduced to 1. Oh, because he used whatever attack that he just used on me. Okay. I gotcha. Don't crit me. Banshee. Okay, that's what it does. Okay, nice lethality on the second one, Prof. Thanks. Appreciate it. I don't know. No one can reach. No one can reach in close range. Does I have close range with Shamir? I don't. And neither of them are very fast. Actually, Shamir's fast. I didn't know she was actually this fast. Wow. Bernie is much slower than Shamir. Where's Hunter's Volley? Do you not have it? You don't? What the frick? I thought you had it. Excuse me? Oh, that's right, because I made you an archer by accident. Oh. You're not a sniper right now. Oh, that's why? Because I was training with her and I wanted to give her... What was it? Hit rate plus 10, or hit rate plus 20, because I think that's the, I believe that is the, class mastery skill that you get for the sniper, for the archer class. So I made her an archer and I forgot to switch her back to a sniper. That's why. Man, having Hunter's Volley would be so nice right now on Shamir, and I literally just didn't even bother having it. That's dumb. I even had Sedith as like a, what was it, a mercenary? I think maybe it was Catherine. I was training her as a mercenary. She's a mercenary! Oh my gosh, yeah. Gosh, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. I can't believe I forgot to switch back my units. I'm so dumb. Okay, where's the Luna? Ugh. Come on. Come on. It's Cube. He's gotta retreat. He's gotta retreat! Retreat! Yeah, that's right. I must retreat.
More I can do here. Troops, remember your orders. I must withdraw.
Why doesn't he say retreat? What the frick? Say I must retreat, dude. That's the meme. Come on. What a ridiculous fool. There we go. Now the music's back. Okay. Now I think I can finish up my old discussion or whatever. Even though it was mostly done, honestly, I don't think there was too much else to add. It was just a very... I don't know, I just felt very bad that I couldn't defend my game. My game, it's not even mine. Oh, one of my favorite games. How about that? One of my favorite games. I couldn't even defend it, and it made me feel pretty upset. And even like during the ride home, my friend Cole, he was like, what the heck, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm alright. Just that guy really just shook me up. Because I just felt like I'd be ready for those types of conversations, being ready to defend my favorite games. I don't know. I like had confidence that I'd be able to do it. And I just completely lost the argument. For sure. Like, anyone who witnessed it would immediately say that he was definitely the winner of the argument. I don't know if it was a difference in preparation, a difference in experience with debating. I really don't know what did it. Maybe it was like his charisma. I really don't know. He was very charismatic. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, he was definitely extremely charismatic, which is why it was super hard to find errors in his arguments. It was really tough. But I literally tried my best. Failed, but I think it was a nice learning experience, I think. At the end of the day, it was a really good learning experience, and I think next time I'll be a little bit more ready to defend the game, especially since I'll hopefully be beating it here, maybe like within a week or a week and a half. I think I'll be beating the final route. That way I'll finally be able to interact with the community a bit more without being able to get spoiled, and I'll finally be able to look at memes without being spoiled either. That's the worst part about this, is I want to look at all the fun stuff people have created, but I can't do it because I'm so scared that I'll get spoiled. And that's something really scary. But yeah, I guess that's everything I really wanted to talk about regarding that issue. Not really an issue, just everything I really want to talk about regarding the argument. So I guess, what are your thoughts kind of on that? What do you think about, first thing is, what do you think about companies, I guess, but maybe let's just stick with IS. What do you think about intelligent systems altering, I guess, their games to make it fitting for new players? Like, do you think they should bother going out of their way to make games more accessible to new players? Personally, I think so, that is definitely a thing they should do, not only from a business perspective, but from, I guess, a game themselves. Actually, here's like the last argument that he made. I was too scared to bring up the business approach about how they want to companies always want to get new players involved, because obviously they get more money the more people they get into a series. But he was saying that indie developers usually are the best because it's the people who have passion for what they create, and only what they create. Like, people who have passion for specifically the project they're working on, and not working on something else, not going out of their way to make it fitting for newer players, only keeping it so that the project stays what it's supposed to be, not what it should be in the eyes of other people, not what other people want it to be, what they want it to be. So, do you think that's like a bad thing, or a good thing that companies are trying to expand things to make it more accessible to new players? But do you think it's also taking away from the initial experience, I guess? Maybe that is kind of what he was going off of. Like, it's not a bad thing. I'm having so much trouble explaining this. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think, especially with like the whole, like the changes of 3 houses. Why do you think they're good, I guess? I really just want to hear what you have to say, because I don't know. This is definitely a very sloppy,
Feels good to fight for a cause.
a very sloppy discussion. Very similar to my arguments. My arguments were so sloppy, and I think that's part of the reason why I wasn't able to defend one of my favorite games. And I laugh about it now, but it was actually I was quite crestfallen, to say the least, when I was on the losing side of that argument. But it doesn't bother me so much now, especially since I was able to talk about it. And I feel like I'll be much more ready for a future discussion. But I really just want to know your thoughts. I know I've kind of just been repeating myself, but I genuinely do want to know what you have. What are your thoughts on just newcomers? What are your thoughts on like having new changes, like changing up the game, changing up the formula? Maybe not just to make it accessible to new players, but to also make it more interesting for old-time players. Like, they don't want to keep playing the same thing over and over again. Like, would you want to just do, okay, put my tank right here, and then have my archers hit from behind? Like, you don't want to just only use very simple firearm strats. You want to have new things like gambits. You want new things like combat arts. Having new things to a game is very exciting, and that's why I really love 3 houses. is because all the new stuff that it brought in, and I love pretty much every new addition. I adore gambits. I think that's one of the amazing changes to the game. It does make it a little bit easier, like getting out of strategies, and especially on shorter maps, I think it makes the game kind of broken at times if you literally just rush in, gambit, then just destroy with every other unit you got, and then if you need to, just go for like impregnable wall and defend. But at other times it's not so simple. Like when you have to start splitting up your units, you don't have accessibility to every gambit at once. Like especially with this map, I had to split up into teams of like 5 and 6. That's kind of, I mean, that was my approach. I could have gone much slower and stayed as a group, but splitting up the group can be pretty interesting, especially when you have like a limited amount of resources. Like if I have Bernadetta on one side and there's a bunch of Pegasus Knights on the other, it makes it pretty tough. Also, Caspar, jeez. That was a perfect amount to kill. You wouldn't have died either way, but it makes it very interesting when you have to come up with new strategies. And like the crests add a lot of new interesting like RNG components to the game. The new spells. There's just a whole lot of stuff that I really enjoy about this game. And I feel like that's why whenever I do eventually revive my main channel, I want to make some huge video about why I love Three Houses so much. Are you in range, Seth? I can't even tell. I can't tell. Is he? He doesn't look like it. Nope. Okay, we're good. He's not in range. But I want to make some huge, like, enormous video covering everything about Three Houses. Like, it'll be like a 2-hour-long video. It'll be a long one for sure. It'll cover, like, everything. It'll cover the plot, the characters, the gameplay, the map design, all of it. Like, I want to just have some huge love and appreciation for this game. And I think maybe when I start creating that video, I don't know when that'll be. It's probably a long ways off, especially if I want to make it 2 hours. I want to put a lot of effort into this because I can tell a lot of effort went into this game, and it deserves, I guess, it deserves to have recognition, I guess. It deserves to have a lot of recognition. And I don't know, I just don't, I guess I want to show people that this game is good. Like, I've had so much fun with this game. Not just because it's my most popular series on YouTube or whatever, or it's the newest Fire Emblem game. Not just because of that. I just had a lot of fun doing it. I don't know. I know I've kind of been like somewhat on autopilot for this map. This map isn't exactly super difficult. It's just you gotta work around some things, and especially with the turn wheel. I guess maybe that's where autopilot is a little more. Maybe that's another argument. Turning on, having the Divine Pulse or Milla's turn wheel if we're playing Echoes. Maybe it kind of makes you go on autopilot a little bit more, even if it is unintentional. You start going on autopilot a little bit, which I guess isn't exactly the thing you want to do for strategy games. But it's not like I'm always on autopilot. There are maps that are tricky and tough, and that I can't afford to go autopilot on. The freaking the next map is one of them. The Marianne map that we'll probably do next time, that is definitely one of the maps that you cannot autopilot on, because if you do, you will end up dying. It is a challenging map because there's fog of war and there's beasts everywhere.
Will this ever end?
But I think that's it. We've wrapped up this chapter.
It is done. Now I can be meeting my grandfather. We must be moving with haste.
Yeah, go meet up with him.
Finally over? Whew. All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, it was a long one, Bernie.
This isn't exactly, the ideal environment for a recluse, you know.
Oh, I'm aware.
I will be speaking with my grandfather. Once he is convinced, I will be returning.
All right.
Professor, everyone, please be waiting here. Enemies may still be nearby.
All right, good luck, Petra.
Got
See
it.
ya.
We'll wait right here. And if anyone comes, the professor will handle it. Right, Professor?
Okay. Yeah, all right. No, you did good today, Bernie. I think I can handle it from here on out. Good job, Lysithia. No surprise that you're the MVP, to be honest. Hey, what battalion? Varley Archers. I think those aren't half bad, now I think about it.
The vegetation around here is pretty different from the kinds we usually see.
Yeah, I really like this scene. Even though it's like super low res, I really do like this area.
The forest does have its own charms, doesn't it?
I think this is like the only scene that it's like very like sun, like glowing through the trees. I don't know, I really like this scene. It's very nice. You like plants, right?
Sure do. Especially the carnivorous ones.
Yeah, carnivorous plants. They eat things.
They just sit there nice and still and wait for their dinner to come to them. How great is that? And they all look so unique too.
Yeah, sure thing, Bernie. They sure are great.
What? Don't you think so?
Oh,
look,
I mean,
Petra's
they're
back.
all right, I guess. They are plants. Oh, hi,
Sorry
Petra.
to be making you wait. I have spoken with him.
What's up?
It's been a long time since you've seen your grandfather, huh? How'd it go?
Yeah, hasn't it been like
As
9
usual,
years?
My grandfather was well and strong. He was
Okay.
saying that he will be supporting us and giving us troops.
Hey, that's good.
That's great! So we did it? We did. You have my thanks.
Yay,
Ever
happy
since we were losing the
ending.
war to the
Sort of.
Empire, Brigid has been viewed as a vassal state. But with Fodlan at war, it is a chance for Brigid to be changing our situation. Our
Interesting.
cooperation today is part of that chance.
Right.
Brigid is wanting equality with Fodlan. We will be working hard to make this happen.
What? What's up, Bernie?
What is it you are feeling?
I feel like a
You're
carnivorous
amazing,
plant.
You went all by yourself to a foreign country?
I mean, it is her
You worked hard for
hometown.
your homeland, and you
I guess she's
achieved
talking
your
about
goal.
Fodlan.
I'm always focused on my own problems, and I barely ever get anywhere.
I mean, that's a start,
That
Bernie.
is not the truth. You were fighting hard for me.
Yeah, you're fighting
You
hard for
came
the
here to
army,
be
so...
helping everyone. You were not thinking only of yourself. I am never doubting that you are working hard.
Even though it was kind of a
We will be
demand, but...
working together to keep moving forward to the future. You really mean it? That's so nice.
That literally sums up Petra.
And you
She
were
is very
telling me
nice.
about your interest in foreign vegetation.
Ah,
That is
there's
one
the
reason
ulterior.
why I wanted to be bringing you here. Did it make you happy? It did. It was really exciting. I've got so many drawings I need to do before we head back.
Did you bring a
I might
sketchbook?
even have enough to make into a book.
Okay, maybe you did.
I should do that.
All
Wanna
right,
help,
sounds good.
Professor?
You know, I'm practicing my art. I just opened a DeviantArt, actually. That was a prank. I don't have a DeviantArt. Okay. Next time, looks like we're gonna do... Yeah, we're gonna do Marianne's Paralogue. So, hopefully you're gonna enjoy that. And then in the next episode, we'll have our ambush at ALL, apparently. So, oh, wow. Thanks for the spoilers, man. Ambush at ALL. Whatever, we all know what happens. At least if you've seen, one of the other routes. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please give me your feedback in the comments below regarding our little discussion today. I kind of want to know what you thought, even if it was kind of a ramble. Maybe I didn't describe the scenario best. I don't think I did. But even if so, I'd like to know your thoughts. So if you could leave a comment, or I guess, and if not, maybe just don't have to leave a comment. Just take the time to think about it. If you really enjoy Three Houses, think about what exactly its good points are and how you would argue against the points that people would make countering it. So, I don't know. And maybe that's not your thing. And if not, just look forward to the next episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all, hopefully, when we check out Forgotten Hero. Bye-bye.